AyO, welcome to another episode of AyO with AyO. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Tracey. I'm going to let her introduce herself. We're going to have a conversation about a traumatic experience that Tracey was involved in. Just pre-warning, this might be a trigger for some people. So just bear with us. Stay tuned. This is going to be a decent conversation. It's going to be a good conversation. Talk to Tracey about the incident that happened, the healing process, and how she's overcome and what she's still dealing with and going through. I'm going to kick it to Tracey and she can introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Tracey Flowers, and this is my story. 2018, I was attacked with acid by my ex-boyfriend. He's my ex now, but his ex threw acid at my face. And I finally received justice January 3rd, 2025. So it has been a year that she has been in jail. And my journey for healing has been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been tough.
So, Tracey, I know we spoke before, and I know you don't want to dive too much into what transpired. Your story is on social media, so anybody who wants to dive deep into the story, her story is on different platforms where she has explained it. She's been on TV and she's talked about it. Today we want to more so focus on the healing aspect of what happened. So you go through this traumatic incident. I take it that you have surgeries and different things of this nature?
Yeah, I had plastic surgeries, grafts, you name it. I had it.
Okay, so you had surgeries. You come out of the surgeries, and what a lot of people don't talk about is the healing process, like what goes up as far as like your anxiety and different things like that. I know you probably have trust issues now, and you probably don't want to be in like confined spaces with a lot of people because of the trust issues that you do have. Like, so as far as the healing process goes, like, let's dive into that. Like, what's going into healing for you?
Well, first I want to tell everybody where they could look at the story. They could go to my Facebook. It's a pin post. It's my story. It's from Seen Survivors. You could go to Tracey Flowers. That part of my page is open and it's pinned. You could go on there. I also have stuff on my Instagram at TreyFlowLocks2 and my TikTok, which is TreyFlow. But going into this, it was hard. You know, I had a newborn baby at the time too. So when this happened, he was like 5 weeks old.
Right.
So going through surgeries, trying to nurture him. At the time, Nevaeh, my daughter, was 11 or 12. Mm-hmm. She had to grow up and be a mother at a young age. Like, she had to help me with him. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything. And I wasn't in my right state of mind going through this either. It was just different stages that I was going through. Like, I didn't really start healing to what? For real, to like 2024.
Right. Almost 2 years ago. Well, that's when the healing process started. And you said this incident happened in 2018.
Day before Thanksgiving.
Right. So you're going through this, you got a newborn at home. You said you got a 11 or 12-year-old that's assisting you. You're going through these surgeries. Like, what steps were from the 2018 to 2024? Like, what steps did you take to try? Because I mean, I know you probably started a different combination of things as far as trying to heal and getting past depression, anxiety, and different things like that. So what steps did you take to try to move closer to not moving on, but to progressing in your life as far as like living with what happened?
It it's different levels, it's different steps that I had to get over. Like, I thought I was just, I didn't really realize what was going on to me until I got properly evaluated. They recommended that I go to therapy and see a psychiatrist and things like that. And I was also on like the highest pain medications and things of that nature. So once I'm thinking like, this is how I'm supposed to be because something happened to me. You supposed to be mad, you supposed to cry, but I'm thinking I'm just going through the motions and I'm going through postpartum depression. I'm thinking I'm going through postpartum depression and emotions and everything like that. Thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get over this, like, but no, it doesn't stop there. Once they evaluated me the first time I got evaluated, they diagnosed me with severe anxiety, severe depression, severe PTSD.
Mm.
So they definitely couldn't put me like on any medications like that because I was on narcotics at the time. So they just had me going through therapy, talking to somebody. They got me evaluated and then I was just talking to somebody. And it was just, I had to push through it. Like, God, if I didn't have God, I don't know how I would have kind of got through the certain phases and stages and grief of what happened to me, grief of my relationship, just grief for my kids, for my family, people who had to see me go through this. It was hard.
Right. So you spoke on therapy and grief. And let me just say this. In my opinion, grief is not something that you fully get over. Mm-hmm. Grief is something that you find a way to navigate through to make everything seem normal at that time. And grief sneaks up on you at different times where you'll be happy and then you reflect on whatever it is that you're grieving about and you might get sad. Mm-hmm. You might cry, you might different. So I do want to put that out there that if you're going through grief and you feel like it's been lingering on for a long time and you can't get over it, in my personal opinion, I don't believe that you ever get over grief.
You don't.
You don't get over.
You just learn how to deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You learn how to deal with it. Like you don't really get over the death of a family member that you were close to. You don't get over losses that you have taken and different things like that. I want to commend you because
thank you.
I knew you personally. I've been knowing you personally for a long time. And in 2018, when I was informed of what happened to you, I was struck with maybe not the same things that you were going through, but I was struck with like sadness and grief and different things and trying to figure out like what was going on and why did it happen to you? And then it was explained and then you find out what's going on and the different things like that. So I know when something happens to somebody that you're close to or that you know personally, it's not just them that's going through it. Yeah, you went through it and you got the brunt of it because you're going through the surgeries and you're going through the PTSD, the depression and the anxiety and different things like that. But others around you felt that as well. Mm-hmm. And I know me dealing with it, I spoke to not someone that was a professional, but I spoke to other people that knew the situation to try to help me get through my grief and my anxiety about what was going on. And, you were around people that you trusted at the time when this happened to you. So knowing the people that you were around and not saying that they allowed it, but I don't want to disrespect anybody or say like they knew what was going to happen and they allowed that to happen to you because I have no facts behind that. But just being in a space where you believed that you were comfortable, you were somewhere, because if you weren't comfortable, you wouldn't have been there.
Right.
So you were comfortable in the area and the space that you were at, and you were around people that you consider to be friends and family. And I was just about to say, and to go a little bit further than that, family.
Yeah.
You know, so let's speak about the therapy aspect. Like when you were in therapy, I do know as far as therapy goes, sometimes you don't mesh well with your therapist. Some
you don't.
You go through, you have to have the right combination of with you and the therapy. You have to sync. Mm-hmm. So you might go through 2, 3, 4, 5 therapists. And by the time you get to the therapist that really for you, you're burnt out. You're tired of telling the same story. You're tired of, going through the same motions of, well, this happened, that happened. And now this person is telling you something different. And you're not even open to what they're saying because you're like burnt out because you've been through so many people and you're telling the same story over and over again. I believe that people should go through therapy simply because of trauma that we have with growing up.
Yeah. And
you have childhood trauma. You have postpartum depression. You're a woman. You have 2 kids. You got childhood trauma, postpartum depression. You've been involved in an incident. So, I mean, the therapy aspect. Let's kind of like dive into that. Like, what? I don't want to say how many therapists you went through, but like, like what was the process as far as going through therapy for you?
They had me going to 2 psychiatrists. I had like a white psychiatrist, then I had a black psychiatrist.
Okay.
And the black psychiatrist, it was more like, just regular therapy. They evaluated me as well.
Okay.
But like the white people, it was just like this. I'm just sitting there like, why don't you try breathing? When you get angry or when your anxiety comes, just breathe. I don't want to breathe. I'm mad.
Right.
When I go to the black psychiatrist, it's like, we gonna pray about this.
Right.
Or we gonna talk about this. I had to literally stop going to him because he was boring. He wasn't helping me get through what I needed to get through.
Right.
He wasn't like helping me pull me through. He was there to really diagnose me and medicate me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Although here it is with the black therapist, it was, they evaluated me, but they were giving me tools that I needed. Tracey, you need to write. You need to journal. I didn't get that from him.
Right.
So it was different. And then I ended up getting after that psychiatrist, I ended up getting a life coach. In about 2022, I got a life coach.
Okay.
And that's when things started getting easy because I started understanding more. She could pinpoint like, well, you know what, this childhood trauma is why you're in this space. And it helped me start to realize more things that I needed to heal from that led up to what happened to me.
Right.
And why it happened to me. So you have to go to a therapist that works for you.
Yes.
I got more out of the life coach that I was paying out my pocket. It's crazy that I had rather paid out my pocket than let my insurance send me to this therapist. What worked for me was the life coach. So I paid out my pocket to go to her. She was who and what I needed to get where I needed to be. Because I was not properly healing. I'm thinking I'm crazy because here it is. I'm in this office. I'm getting evaluated. And she asking me was 10 times 10 and I can't tell her because my anxiety is through the roof and I feel like I am going through a test and I'm feeling stupid at this point because this is just her job and what she got to do so she could diagnose me and get paid for some stuff.
Right.
Where my life coach is just like, I'm going to sit here and eat these chillings while you talk. if I wanted to be on Zoom with her and if I wanted to get high and talk to her, if that's how I needed, and if that was how I could get it out, that's how I was able to get it out. It was no bars there. Like, however way I wanted to get it, if I wanted to curse it out, I curse it out. If I wanted to cry it out, if I was angry, if I was happy, or whatever the case may be, with my life coach, that's how I got it out. And that's how I started realizing what I needed to work on to get me in a better space.
So you didn't have a particularly favorable experience when it comes to therapy. You went to what's called a life coach. I'm not really too well versed in what a life coach.
I had therapists, but
no, but I'm saying you're saying it didn't work for you and you didn't start healing until you got the life coach.
Yeah, like the therapist, the white therapist, I kicked to the curb.
Right.
Like the first couple of months, I'm like, I can't do this. This is boring.
Right.
You're not helping me. The black therapist, I was with the psychiatrist. I was with them for a couple of years.
Okay.
At least up until 2022.
Okay.
So I was with her for a couple of years.
Right.
And then I got the life coach.
Okay.
I stopped going to the life coach last year.
Okay.
But last year, once my attacker went to jail, it was a different type of healing.
Right.
People think like, well, oh, I know you happy she got what she deserved. And no, she didn't. She did not get what she deserved. She committed a crime, so she's doing the time. She didn't get what she deserved. When God punishes her and I see it, that's when she gets what she deserves. But it was a different type of level of healing because I just had to go through all this stuff again. I just really had to relive stuff over and over again for 6 years. And then I go to court. She go to jail. They give her these years, 12 years. She been out on house arrest from the time she did it. One. That's 6 years. You got to do 4.5 years in jail. And y'all really think that was a slap in the face for me? Do you know how much I went through those 6 years of torture, taunting me, harassing me, stalking me, doing everything under the sun to me after you did what you did to me? And you get 4 years? Yeah, I'm happy you in jail because I could relax a little bit. I ain't got to worry about going outside and running into you somewhere because you was really doing what you wanted to do. You was out here doing what you wanted to do. So yeah, I'm happy I could relax and I could really be free and I feel like I ain't got to watch my back as much because the girl really hated me. She really hated me. But when she went to jail, that was the only relaxation that I got. Like, okay, I could ease up because, like, anybody who know me, I wasn't coming out. Hey, who gonna be there?
Right.
Where we going? Because I'm scared to go outside. I'm scared of women. I ain't dealing with nobody with no exes. I don't want to go through none of that.
Right.
So I'm terrified. So that was the only relaxation that I got. But I had to, now she gone. I got to move on with my life. But I had to go through all of that. And mentally, it was taking a mental toll on me. It was killing me. My daughter going to college. This course stuff just not happening. She did not get the time that I feel like she should have gotten. That was a smack in the face. I was just going through the motions. Like I was really grieving.
Right.
I'm trying to date. I'm going through stuff because I don't even know how to do this. I don't know how to date. I'm insecure. I think everybody a cheater. Like, I don't know how to do this. So I went to my doctor. I was losing weight. My anxiety was through the roof. And I got evaluated again. Because I'm thinking at this time, like, I'm mean. I'm cursing my kids out. But I had been doing that. But it had to stop.
Right.
So I went and got evaluated again. I told my doctor, like, something ain't right. I think I'm bipolar.
What year was this? When
This
you
was
got
last year.
when you got evaluated again?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did they come up with?
They said that I had of course PTSD.
Right.
Moderate anxiety disorder,
Mm-hmm.
and I had depression disorder.
So what was the solution to the problem? What did
Take
they
medication.
Okay. Were you open to the medication at
Mm-mm.
first?
No, I was not. I'm not taking that.
And why, if you don't mind me asking, why were you not open to the medication? I have a few, like, in the Black community, we don't like taking medication. First of all, we don't like going to the doctor.
We don't.
We don't like going to the doctor. We don't like medication. We don't like to be evaluated. We don't like our kids to be evaluated. I don't know if in a lot of spaces, it's about being judged.
Yeah.
So we think that people are judging us because we get evaluated, we get our kids evaluated and different things like that. So it's more of a judgmental thing. And we try to stay away from that. And I was just talking about this not too long ago about how a kid, when they was younger in the 90s, they might have had ADHD, whatever it is, ADHD. And we didn't know that it was ADHD. You just got a whooping and they told you sit down in class instead of getting you evaluated and properly getting you the help that you needed. So I kind of understand where you're coming from when you said that you didn't want to be on the medication.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on it. I'm like, everybody like, girl, just pray. And so in my journey with God, I got closer to God too. So I'm praying like, Lord, I don't want to be on no medication. Because in my mind, God gonna fix this.
Right.
God is going to fix this because I'm praying and this is what I'm asking for. I'm fasting. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm doing everything right, but I was getting worse, crying every day. I would go to work and I have just cried before I got to work and leave work and cry, like crying every day.
Right.
I got sick of myself. Everybody triggered me. Everybody triggered me and pissed me off. Everybody. You probably pissed me off too. But no, for real. Everybody triggered me. Everybody pissed me off. Like it was bad. And then I was isolating myself from my kids. If something wasn't going right, I would go in my room, close the door.
Right.
I would go in my room, close the door. I don't feel like it today. I just, that's what I do. And my psychiatrist, she was like, well, I'm going to put you on Paxil. And I was like, and I'm talking to my cousin on the phone, which he crazy anyway, so I don't even know why I'm listening. He was like, don't take that medicine. Don't take that medicine. So I'm looking up the medicine, and I'm like, man, this medicine has over 20 side effects.
And what is Paxil?
It's an antidepressant.
Okay.
So I'm like, no, I'm not taking this medicine. So I got worse. She gave me the medicine, and I did not take it. So my next appointment, a month and a half later, she was like, well, how was the medicine? I looked the medicine up, Googled it, thought I had one up on her. And I was like, yeah, I took it for a week and I ain't like how it made me feel. It made me drowsy. It made me constipated. I just was lying.
Right.
And she was like, oh, okay, but you're supposed to take it for 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, but it was making me feel bad the first week. Mm-hmm. She was like, okay, well, I'm going to prescribe you to something else. I'm like, dang. So she prescribed me to something else. So this time I looked it up. I looked it up in Black women. Okay. And as I'm looking it up in Black women, it was good results from it. And I had came across a TikTok and it was like, girl, take the damn medicine. That's exactly what the TikTok said. Take the damn medicine. You praying to God that he gonna fix you, and he really telling you to take the medicine because it ain't working. You still messed up.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, God, if this for me, let it be for me.
What was the second medicine?
It was Zoloft.
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 Okay. And that's an antidepressant as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to take the medicine. I end up taking the medicine. The first couple of days, I noticed the difference. I noticed my mind got quiet. My mind got quiet. I could think. I was calm. My anxiety was calm. I couldn't cry. I could not cry. And I thought something was wrong with me. And I'm like, because I'm used to crying every day. I done made crying every day normal. Right. To the point where I didn't realize I can't cry. And it mellowed out my emotions. It mellowed out my anxiety. It mellowed out the negative thoughts that was in my mind. And I was only taking like half the pill because I was scared. Right. So I was taking half the pill for a month. I came to my next appointment. I told her, okay, I started taking them. And I told her, I was like, but I've been taking half the pill. She said, okay, well, I'm going to prescribe you another one and you're going to take the whole pill. So I started taking the whole pill. And that's when everything got more intentional. I could really focus. I could really see where my mistakes was. I could really figure out what it is that I need to do for me in my healing journey. And it just made everything quiet so I could focus and so I could think. I can't tell you. I haven't yelled at my kids, like for real, since last year. Like for real. Like I'm calm about almost everything. I don't take that approach like going off like I would normally go off. Right. I just be calm. I might cuss a little bit, throw a little cuss word in there, but not like I used to be.
Right. You just doing regular parenting. You're not angry anymore. Like you just doing,
not angry.
You're just doing regular parenting at that point.
it ain't being angry anymore or taking my anger out on people.
Them yeah.
My kids, people, you know what I'm saying, and their family members, whoever. Like it's like I isolate myself. Right. Like, you know what? You messy. I don't want to deal with you. I'm strong enough to do that now. I couldn't do that back then. It was like I needed it. I needed to curse. I needed to yell. I needed to go off. Like to have my daily dose of drama to get back. But I don't entertain certain stuff. I don't be wanting to argue. I don't be wanting to get angry. If I'm cursing and going off, you know, like, oh yeah, she real mad. But it's not like how it used to be. I'd be ready to pull up and fight. Right. I don't even have the energy or the space for that no more. My prayers became more intentional. I was going to God in confidence now. At first it was fear. Now I'm praying more in confidence. Like, Zoloft ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
So now we fast tracking. We 2018. We went all the way to 24. Now we in 25. You've been open to the medicine. Now you're properly healing. What do you see in the future for yourself as far as 26, 27, going forward, moving forward? What do you see as far as Tracey Flowers now?
Man, this year in itself, last 2025, October, Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I was nominated Woman of the Year. Mm-hmm. And that kind of really made me just want to be like, you know what, it's time. I always felt like, God, what do you want me to do with this? Like, what am I supposed to do? And now I just feel like I need to tell my story more. Get it out there more for people who's battling things like afraid to see a therapist. People are afraid to heal. Yeah. People are afraid to speak out about what they're going through, or better yet, they afraid to even take medication or tell people they on medication. Because in your mind, it's like, I don't want to be on no psych med. When you on medication and a person hear you on medication, they be like, you take your meds today? Like, that's what you afraid of.
Or insult, you take your crazy meds today.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah,
It's not even like that.
Right.
It's not even like that. That don't make you crazy. It make me mellow. Right. If I don't take this medicine, I'm crazy. So which one you want me to do?
Right.
So like, I want people to have the courage to go get themselves fixed. Go get themselves fixed and work on themselves. And, I want to speak to more people about basically, just healing and not so much talk about this girl throwing acid on me. I overcame it.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and do every interview giving her the praise for what she did.
Right.
We're going to talk about how I got through it. She did what she did. She at where she at. I don't really want to talk about her in my interviews. She don't get that. She took a lot of my life. So you don't get that. People who want to hear about it, yeah, you're going to pay me big dollars for that. Because I got to relive this.
Right.
But to help somebody, telling people what she did to me, how's that really helping you?
It's not.
But telling you what I went through and how I got through it, that's going to help somebody. Yeah. That's going to push somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's my goal for 2026. Step out of myself and my own fear and start talking about this more. Because somebody needs to hear it. Somebody needs to know it's okay to take medication. Somebody needs to know it's okay to be scared. It's okay to cry. It's okay to talk about it or go talk to somebody. It's okay.
Okay. Well, Tracey, you gave a beautiful interview. I want to thank you on behalf of the Big Mark Podcast for coming out and sharing your story with us. Myself, Chris, Mills, Aisha, and Eva, we all thank you for coming out and giving us this beautiful interview and sharing your story with us. If you don't mind, I know you did in the beginning of the interview, but could you tell people how to follow you and how to reach out and different things again?
Okay. So my Facebook is Tracey Flowers. If you want to see my story, it's a pinned post and it's open to the public. My story is also on Instagram at TreyFlowLocks2, and it's on TikTok at TreyFlow, TrayFlow. And that's it. Okay. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm going to give a final message to the viewers of this interview. Let Tracey's story inspire you to seek help. And let's put the shame aside for a minute and get over our own fears and anxiety like Tracey has done. It didn't happen overnight for her, so we're not expecting it to happen overnight for you. We just want this to be a message, to be a stepping stone, to be the starter to you healing and progressing in your life to making a positive change. She spoke about how she started off angry and now she's not angry, how she cried and now she's not crying. And I hope that is an inspiration to you as much as it is to me. Here at the Big Mark Podcast, we want to thank you for joining us for this interview. And don't forget to leave a mark, a big one.
That's a wrap. Clap it up.